Hey, thanks for joining us today. I'm Ron Aguilera. I'm the executive pastor here at Crosswalk in Redlands. Relieved to be able to release my title of interim lead pastor to this man, Andreas Beccai, our new lead pastor here for Crosswalk Redlands. So, Andreas, man, so excited to be able to have a conversation today.
Yeah, it's really good to be here, Ron. Thank you.
Yeah, so this is just a time for our community, both here in Redlands and beyond, to get to know a little bit about Andreas Beccai. Who is he? Where did he come from? And so maybe tell us a little bit about your background.
Yeah, I'd probably start off with the fact that I was born in Ghana, in West Africa, and then I moved to England when I was about 7 years old, and found this very funny accent, which has now followed me for the rest of my life. And it's always interesting when people ask me where I'm from and I tell them, they're like, this isn't a Seattle accent. I'm like, no, it's not. I'm from England. So lived in England for about 20 years of my life, so very formative. Yeah. And then from England, I went to Berrien Springs, did my master's degree there, and I've been here for a while now, and I'm looking forward to making this place home.
Yeah, we're excited to have you. And, you know, one of the things that people obviously will get to know about you is not only who you are, but who you hang out with, you know, your family.
Yeah.
Maybe tell us a little bit about your family.
Well, let me tell you this. Sometimes when people talk about their family, they might say, for example, you know, this is my wife and, you know, she's the most beautiful person in the world. I truly do, though, would claim that for my wife. She is wonderful, my wife, Cassandra, and then we have one daughter, Eden, who is going into middle school, and they are, you know, the center of my universe. I love them dearly and deeply, and we're all really excited to come to Crosswalk.
Yeah, we're excited as well. Looking forward for you who are in this community to get to know them. They're out in the lobby right now, getting to know a little bit about our lobby, our cafe.
Oh,
and
yeah.
all, and all that, right?
My daughter rolls up and she's ordering things, and she's, you know, she has a very subtle taste in asking for, you know, how much she wants with the caramel, and I think she's going to be the first one out of the house every week to make sure we're at Crosswalk.
Excellent.
She loves it.
Well, now we know maybe where she'll volunteer as well.
I'm sure she will.
Hey, so let's talk a little bit about your ministry background, ministry experience. So where you're coming from now, maybe just a little bit even more beyond that.
Yeah, I'm coming from a tiny place in southeast Washington, Walla Walla, where I spent 6 beautiful years with that community. Before Walla Walla, I was in Seattle for about 8 years. At the Volunteer Park Church, right in the middle of the city in Seattle. And then before that, I was at the Green Lake Church, which is near the University of Washington, and did work with young adults and also campus ministry there.
Yeah. That's not only a rich background, but a rich ministry experience that I think will serve us well here at Crosswalk in Redlands and to, you know, our global network of churches and level communities as well, which I'm excited that you'll get to know gradually, right? First here in Redlands and beyond. But one of the things that I'm also excited about was a conversation that we had, I think, early on in this journey about your love for reading and learning, and maybe talk a little bit about your education and about the things that drive you in terms of learning.
Yeah, let me hit you real quick with that. So my first degree was not religion. I did law and business, thought I was going to be a lawyer. Somewhere in between European law, tort, and like constitutional law, I said, forget this, and ended up just doing a law and business degree. After that, I went to the seminary and did a master's in divinity. And I'm, right now in the research phase for my PhD in organizational leadership. Hope to be done with that next year. Lots of reading, Ron. Love reading. Love learning new things, and it's been a lifelong journey. And if you ask my wife, I have far too many books, trying to move over things to Kindle, but yeah, that's a little bit about.
You know, there's something about holding that book, though, right? But I've also adapted as well, as I shared with you previously, avid reader. You know, it used to be that every year I was reading over 50 books, right? Every year, and just love that about you. And I know that that will serve, again, us well as you teach and serve this community. So okay, that's a little bit about ministry.
Yeah.
So how about, let's talk about some fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you like to do?
Well, I'll tell you a story. About 4 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, a friend of mine texted me and said, hey, do you want to play pickleball? And I was like, what kind of lame sounding sport is this? And why is it called pickleball, right? And so he said, come on, let's do it. He went, bought some cheap paddles, and we played. Fast forward 3 years later, I have just a slight obsession with it.
Yes.
So I play regularly, a couple of times a week, and it's my happy place. Love playing pickleball.
So I've heard you're kind of almost on the professional level.
No, that's not true. It's a pack of lies, mate. Don't listen to them.
So listen, if you play pickleball, I hear he's a professional, so bring your game. Bring your game, because I think he'll be ready for you.
Yeah.
So anything else that, is a hobby, something you like to spend your leisure time on?
Love traveling. Growing up in England, I was able to hop over to Europe and go to a lot of different countries, and we've carried that on as a family. So we love traveling. I like cooking, like quite a lot.
Wow.
And the other thing which I started doing last year was sourdough. I got my starter in my fridge, and I'm like slinging sourdough loaves, my friend.
Oh.
Slinging them.
Oh.
So yeah, sourdough is a big deal for me.
This is impressive.
Yeah.
So get ready, Crosswalk. Get ready for some sourdough.
Yeah,
That's
for
awesome.
sure.
Hey, thanks for sharing. We just wanted to take a few moments, to allow our community to get a glimpse as to some of the things about you. They'll get to know you, those in Redlands, obviously starting August 16th.
Yep.
That's your first Saturday, and you're going to jump right in preaching on that day. So invite you, if you're in the Redlands area, to come and be part of that celebration as Pastor Andreas is officially introduced by our conference as the lead pastor for Crosswalk in Redlands. So before then, though, be praying for your transition. You're in the midst, of looking for housing and...
Yeah, it's a whirlwind. It's a whirlwind, Ron. There's so much to look for. There's so many forms to fill. There's so many phone calls to make.
Yeah.
But we're making it, and we're looking forward to being with all of you here.
Yeah. Well, thanks for taking this time. Again, Crosswalk, August 16th. Pastor Andreas, first Sabbath. Looking forward to seeing you then. Thanks for joining us today.